There's also a big push underway on the UT campus to get students to vote. This morning, the Texas Secretary of State visited a history class. His main message to students was to register to vote and actually go to the polls. Studies show college-age students have a lower voter turnout, but when they do go to the polls, often vote Democratic. There's also been a lot of scrutiny with our lawmakers for not making it easier for college students to cast a ballot. Many have said they should be able to use their college ID, something not allowed under the current law.
The part of the problem is that you have a lot of college students that are transient students. I mean, they come from other states, other parts of the other parts of Texas. I think that we need to do whatever we can do to make sure that voting is available to every Texan that is qualified and eligible to vote.
This outreach is also part of an agreement with the state made with the federal courts on its voter ID law that requires them to spend $2.5 million on voter education and outreach. Earlier this month, the state settled with the federal court concerning its voter ID law for this upcoming election after an appeals court struck it down for being discriminatory against minorities and the poor. For the November election, you don't have to have one of the 7 mandatory state-approved IDs. You can still vote by signing an affidavit and presenting a paycheck, bank statement, utility bill, or government document that includes your name. The state's voter ID law has been controversial since its passed back in 2011. 5 years later, the law is still going through the legal system. And here's the gist of the argument. Critics say the strict voter ID law leaves hundreds of thousands of Texans without the chance to vote because they lack a suitable form of identification. But supporters say they're just trying to prevent voter fraud.